My name is Pavel Ponomarev, and today I'm presenting UTBot, a tool that simplifies auto test generation. Oops, it's not this. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's start with KLEE. KLEE is a great symbolic engine that you can use to generate unit tests for your C code. However, the process is relatively hard and tedious. So if you want to generate a test case for a function in your C project and use it later, you would need to go through the process described on the slide. The main takeaway from here is that KLEE is very difficult to use for generating tests for real-world projects. But we have a solution. We call it UTBot, and it's built on top of KLEE, and its main goal is to automate unit test generation process that we were shown before on the slide. It allows users to choose one of the many test generation scenarios. It also has support for almost any construction in C. And what's more, it's also integrated with VS Code, so it also comes together with a user-friendly interface. For this presentation, for the rest of the presentation, my goal will be to guide you through the main UTBot pipeline. I won't have really much time to cover everything, but we'll be happy to discuss it later near the poster. So first, before all the test generation, UTBot needs to learn the structure of your project. For this, it uses a compilation database and so-called linkage database. To compile database, it's something that is as a common format, while linkage database is more specific to UTBot, and it contains linking comments for libraries and executables in the project. To generate both of them, we use a patched version of CMake or Ver, depends on the type of the project. Why didn't we needed to patch it? Just because the linkage database is something specific to us. So after UTBot learns the structure of the project, it fetches all the top-level functions and types declarations, and it generates the KLEE entry points. That's an example of this one you can see here. And it generates it only for the functions you want to test that you can define by the test scenario. So to build, then UTBot needs to build your project into LLVM, and to do this, it filters the compilation and linkage databases that we covered previously, and then it finds appointed libraries or executables and runs the KLEE on the appointed bitcode files. The interesting thing that we run a custom version of KLEE because as we are unit test generation framework, we need to achieve two things: is to cover as much code as possible and to do it as fast as possible. So we introduced several of the patches that should have been presented at the KLEE workshop. I'm not sure whether it's still happening. Yeah, so after the KLEE run phase, we construct the Google test format from the KLEE output, and it's human readable, and you can directly run it if you use VS Code right there. Actually, there are a lot of difficulties when you need to process the test generation stage. I unfortunately won't be able to cover them right now, but as I said, I'll be happy to talk about them in the poster, near the poster. Yes, and finally, you can also, using UTBot, you can run your tests and see the coverage, how many lines the generated tests covered, and you can see whether they fail or not. For the results, we built a tool called UTBot for C. It's a tool for auto test generation that complements KLEE with a user-friendly interface. And also, while working on this, we improved some KLEE functionality with speed and coverage patches. For the future, we plan full C++ support, C-line integration, and also integrating possibility to integrate UTBot into the CI. And there are some references that you might find useful here. We have the website, so please check that out. Thank you.